Yes, they are government employees, but Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner's status within the White House did not prevent them from making millions of dollars last year. The couple's financial filings were just released, and they revealed lucrative assets and income earned from investments in family-related businesses. Their empire includes real estate and fashion investments. Add to those, the couple earned a combined income of at least $82 million. Ethics watchdogs warn this could raise more questions about conflicts of interest. So let's start there. Catherine Rampell is with us, CNN political commentator and Washington Post columnist, and Lynette Lopez, senior finance correspondent at Business Insider. And Catherine, starting with you, because I was reading into how are they, this $82 million, it's coming from Trump International Hotel, severance from the Trump Organization, some apartment complex of Kushner's in New Jersey, all the while, of course, they're serving the American people, working in government. Is this a conflict of interest?
Absolutely. They both of them have enormous stakes in companies that have significant financial ties. And as much as President Trump likes to claim that our aluminum imports and our steel imports and our auto imports are national security threats, I mean, I don't say this lightly, but the real national security threat could be these conflicts of interest that Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump have in these foreign in these countries that, companies that have foreign ties. We don't know the full extent of the relationship there. We do know that, for example, Jared Kushner's father had gone and tried to get a significant loan from a Qatari official. And when that was turned down, suddenly the Trump administration turned against Qatar. So there are a lot of cases where we just don't know the full extent of these things. And this is why traditionally people of that level of influence in the White House divest. And these guys didn't.
I was reading about this, and I was reading Maggie Haberman in the New York Times. She tweeted about this, reminding everyone that, you know, Jared and Ivanka often say, well, they've made sacrifices to move to Washington to work in the government, and yet obviously they're banking. Lynette,
I really savor that word unpaid every time I hear it. I like play with it a little bit. I think another case that we should bring up is ZTE. You know, Ivanka got a bunch of trademarks in China, and right around the same time that Trump decided that he was going to forgive this telecommunications company that was not, it violated sanctions against Iran and North Korea not once, but twice. And after they were caught the first time, the people who were behind it at the company were actually rewarded by the executives at the company. So, you know, the U.S. government was ready to punish ZTE for not only this sanctions violation, but also accusations of spying. But Trump put the kibosh on that around the same time that Ivanka got a bunch of patents from the government. Now, we can say that this is just a coincidence, right, but it just smells weird. And in fact, these guys, real estate in and of itself is a really shady, you know, opaque kind of business. And Ivanka has a long history of working on projects with her dad that have ties to people who are circumspect.
We'll watch to see if there is fallout at all from this. But I want to talk now just about, of course, as President Trump has been at this historic summit with North Korea in Singapore, he said in this network interview that the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's comments about these retaliatory tariffs, which you and I have talked so much about, were, in a word, obnoxious.
He gave out a little bit of an obnoxious thing. I actually like Justin. You know, I think he's good. I like him. But he shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. That's going to cost him a lot of money.
Let me add to that. Meantime, today, Trump trade advisor Peter Navarro is now walking back his comments, right? Remember, he had said that there was a special place in hell for the Canadian Prime Minister, a.k.a. the U.S.'s really best friend. So I guess I'm just confused because you see the president, Catherine, calling this obnoxious, and yet Peter Navarro is, whoops, walking back such mean comments.
Look, it's hard to sort this out. I think there's a little bit of a pot and kettle situation here for the President of the United States, Donald Trump, to be calling another foreign leader obnoxious, given that he's calling Trudeau names, he's calling other people all sorts of names that he doesn't like. And the Canadians have been actually quite polite. They've pushed back on the fact that we have essentially tried to pick a trade war with them, maybe have picked a trade war with them, but they've done so politely, you know, including many of the other advisors in the Canadian government. They've gone on TV and said, we are your friends, please treat us like your friends, you know. So
it's a lot of cojones to stand up to the Canadians, doesn't
yeah, it does.
You know, that's really, he's really showing his tough side, forgiving the Chinese and bullying the Canadians, that's really the Trump that I think a lot of people expected to vote for. No, I think people expected him to be tougher on our adversaries, not on our allies.
Not on dictators. And,
yeah.
yeah.
Now he's like making nice with North Korea and Justin Trudeau and the Canadians who, in fact, we had the G7. We invited Canada to the G7 when it was the G5. That was our doing. We created that entire group. And now, you know, Trump is destroying something that we, the United States, specifically created to control the global economy. And we will lose control.
You mentioned adding Russia.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned adding Russia, which, by the way, has no business being a G anything. I've said that on this very network. Their economy is tiny.
Well, and also this G group is supposed to be for countries that share our values
yes.
and that are democracies.
Yes.
There you go. Lynette and Catherine, thank you so much for that. How about condos on the beach? How about condos on the beach in North Korea? This is all part of President Trump's pitch to Kim Jong-un in this surreal video that he showed. We have it. We're going to play a clip for you.